In this video, let's take an overview of the cost management phase in product management. So, here we have the content. So, first, we have the introduction to product cost management. Second, plan cost management. Third, estimate cost. Fourth, determine budget. Fifth, control cost. Then tools and techniques for product cost management. Then we will have the importance of the product cost management. Then challenges in product cost management. In the last, we will have the conclusion. So let's get started. First is the introduction to product cost management. So let's start from the definition and importance. Okay, so product cost management is one of the key knowledge areas in product management. It involves the processes required to ensure that a product is completed within its approved budget. So, proper cost management helps to optimize the use of resources, minimize financial risk, and it ensures that the product is delivered on time and within budget. So the goal is to monitor and control the product's financial performance from product initiation to product closing. So here you can see we have here the overview of a product cost management. Key knowledge areas in product management ensures the product completion within the approved budget, optimize resources used, and minimize financial risk. Monitor and control financial performance from the initiation to closing. So next we have the key processes in product cost management. So first you can see we have here the plan cost management, then estimate cost, then we will determine budget, then we will control the cost. So actually each of these processes play a essential role in ensuring the success of a project by managing its financial effectively. Okay, so then next we have plan cost management. Okay, so uh, first, to overview of the plan cost management. Here we have the definition. You can see process of defining how project cost will be estimated, budgeted, managed, and controlled. So, plan cost management is the process of defining how project cost will be estimated, budgeted, managed, and controlled. So, this planning process sets the framework for projects' financial management, determining the policies, procedures, and documentation required for the cost management. Okay, here we have the key activities which we will perform for the plan cost management. You can see we have here the develop a cost management plan. So this document actually provides a clear strategy for managing product cost, including how estimates will be made, and then how cost will be tracked, and how to handle changes in the product cost. Then after that we have the establishing the cost performance baseline. Okay, so the baseline establishes how product cost will be monitored and controlled throughout the product life cycle. So here we have the defining cost control procedure. So defining cost control procedures means to define the methods and tools to be used to monitor and control the cost throughout the product life cycle. So next we have the key outputs. Okay, after performing the key activities for the plan cost management, here we have the key outputs. Here you can see cost management plan. So cost management plan. This actually in this document, or you can see outline how cost will be planned, tracked, and controlled. Then cost performance baselines, time phased budget that will be served as a basis for the measuring product cost performance. Okay, so next we have the estimate cost. Estimate cost is the process of developing an you can say estimation or approximation of the cost of resources needed to complete the project activities. So the goal is to ensure that the project has enough financial resources allocated for all the tasks and deliverables. Okay, so definition overview of the estimation, you can see developing approximations of the cost and resources needed to completed project activities. So next we have the key activities which we will follow or which we will perform for the cost estimate cost. That first one is the identify resources. So identify all the resources required for each task. Okay. So including the labor, material, equipment, and overhead expenses. Second activity which we will perform, that is the estimating cost for resources. So for each resources, estimate the cost considering factors like resource availability, market rates, and other factors that affect the pricing of the material. Okay. Number third, we have choosing the estimation technique. So we will use different techniques based on the complexity and the data availability, such as the analogous estimation using data from the similar past projects. Okay, then we will also use the parametric estimation that based on the mathematical models, and then we can also use the bottom up estimation. That means the estimating individual components and the aggregating them. Okay, so next we have the key outputs. After performing the key activities for the estimate cost, we will have the cost estimate. So that will be the detailed cost estimate for each project activity and work package. Then we will have the basis of for estimates. So that's the documentation that will explain the methods and assumptions behind the cost estimates. Okay. After that, we have determine budget. So overview of the determine budget. Here we have the definition, aggregating cost estimates of individual activities or work packages to establish the total project budget. So determine budget is the process of aggregating the cost estimates of the individual activities or work packages to establish the total project budget. So this includes the adding any contingency reserves. Uh, Contingency reserves we use for the identified risk, and then second, management reserves that we use for the unforeseen issues or changes in the scope. Okay, so next, we have the key activities which we will perform for the determining budgets, aggregating the individual cost estimation. So that means to combine the individual cost estimates to create an overall project budget. After that, we will perform this activity allocating the contingency reserve. So contingency reserve, as I have discussed earlier, reserves fund. We will have the reserves funds to account for the risk that have been identified during the project planning process. So these reserves will help to cover the unexpected cost that arise during the project execution. After that, we have the defining the funding requirements. So we will do work on the funding requirements that will be established when funds will be needed during the project life cycle, particularly for the different stages or milestones. Next, we have the key outputs here. So project budget. So project budget is the the total approved cost for the project, which includes both the cost baseline and any reserve. Okay. After that, we will have the cost baseline. Cost baseline is the the time phased budget that includes the plan expenditures, milestones, and the reserve. Then we will have the funding requirements. So the total amount of funds required for the project, including the detailed schedule for the disbursement. Okay, disbursement. So next we will have the funding requirement. So that is the total amount of funds required for a project, including detailed schedule for disbursements. Okay. Next, we have the cost control, control cost or cost control. You can see control costs. So, overview of the control cost definition. You can see monitoring product cost, performing and managing changes to the product budget. So, control cost is the process of monitoring product cost performance, identifying cost variation or variance from the cost baseline, and managing changes to the product's budget. So this process ensures that the product stays on budget, and any financial deviations are managed properly. Okay, so next, we will follow these activities for the cost control, monitor and track cost. It means the continuously compare the actual cost against the cost baseline to ensure the project remains so within budget. So second, we will have the earned value management. So use earned value management techniques to assess the project performance in terms of cost and schedule. So EVM provides a way to quantify how much work has been completed, and the cost associated with that progress. So next we will perform this activity. Identify the variation. So determine whether the project is over or under budget, and analyze the cause of variation. Okay, that is very important. Then we will perform these activities and implement the corrective action. Okay, uh, take the corrective actions to control costs, such as reducing scope, reallocating resources, or adjusting the schedule. Is very important activity. Okay. Then we have here the manage changes, so control changes to the budget or product scope by following the formal change control processes. Okay. So next we will have the key outputs after performing these key activities. Here you can see performance information. So work performance information is based on data on cost performance, including actual cost, earned value, and variation from the baseline. Second, output we will have change requests. So request for the adjustment to the product budget or scope due to cost variation or changes. Okay, cost forecast. So update the forecast of remaining cost to complete the project based on a current performance. Okay. Update cost baseline. So update cost baseline if there are approved changes to the scope or budget, so the cost baseline will be updated. After that, we have tools and techniques for project cost management. Therefore, let me show you here the tools and techniques for the cost management. Overview of the tools and techniques. First is the analogous estimation. So this method uses based on the historical data from the similar past projects to estimate cost from the current project task. Okay. Second, you can see we have it the parametric estimation or parametric estimating technique. So it is a you can say it is a statistical method that use historical data and you can say the mathematical models to estimate the cost based on a variable such as size or a duration. So after that we have the bottom up estimating. Bottom-up estimation is the method involves estimating the cost for individuals' work package and then aggregating them to determine the overall project budget. So next we have earned value management (EVM). So EVM is the method for measuring project performance by comparing planned cost with the actual cost and progress to determine the cost efficiency. Okay, and then we have reserve analysis. So reserve analysis is, you can see, analyzing the contingency and the management reserves to ensure that the sufficient funds are available to address risk and unforeseen issues. Then in the last, we have the product management software. So tools such as Microsoft Product, Primavera P6 are we can use many tools which we used to track and manage product cost. Okay, so these are the tools which we will use, tools and techniques for the cost management. Next, we have the importance of the product cost management. So let's see what we have. Importance of the product cost management. Key reasons you can see ensures the product success. So properly managing cost ensures that the product is completed within the allocated budget, which is crucial for the stakeholder satisfaction. Okay. The second, you can see prevent the budget overrun. So by closing monitoring cost and managing changes to the budget, project managers can avoid unexpected cost and keep the project within the financial constraints. Okay, so after that, optimize resource utilization. So the you can see the effective cost management ensures that the resources are used efficiently, and that waste is minimized or reduced. Second last, we have improved the financial control. So the cost management processes provide the project managers with the tools to track and manage project cost, ensuring that the project stay on a budget. Okay. So in the last, we have the facilitates the stakeholders communication. So by keeping stakeholders informed about the financial status of the project, cost management helps to build the trust and ensures that there are no surprises. Okay, so next, move to the challenges in product cost management. So let's see what we have under challenges in product cost management. Common challenges: scope creep. So if the scope of the product changes without proper adjustment to the budget, so it can be lead to cost overrun. Okay, so inaccurate estimation or estimates. So if cost estimates are not accurate, so it can result in a budget shortfall. Number third, we have unexpected risk. So unforeseen risk or issues may cause cost to exceed the budget, requiring adjustment or reserves. Okay, so second last, we have resource constraints. You can see insufficient or misallocated resources can lead to delays and they increase the cost of the project. And in the last, we have the poor change control. So if changes to the project scope or the budget are not properly managed, so it can lead to project budget overrun. Okay, so in this case, the cost can increase. So in the last, we have conclusion. So conclusion summary of the product cost management, importance of the managing cost to ensure product success. Project cost management is important process in ensuring that a project is completed successfully without exceeding its financial constraints. So, by following the processes of plan cost management, estimate cost, determine budget, and control cost, so project managers can effectively manage project finance to ensure resources are used efficiently and to prevent the cost overruns. Okay, so proper cost management provides the foundation for delivering a project on time and within scope while maximizing value for the stakeholders. Okay, so processes, you can see processes: plan cost management, estimate cost, determine budget control, etc. Foundation for delivering the products on time and within scope while the maximizing stakeholders' values. So this was the overview of the product cost management. in product management. Okay, so I hope everything is clear. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you.